Welcome, Sagittarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do a fourth quarter reading for you. That's October, November, and December through the rest of this year. I pulled as your overall energy the Queen of Swords. And this feels incredibly important that you elevate your sharp intellectual exploratory curiosity, that you engage your ability to know more about the experiences of others at the same time that you are discerning what is best for you. And this feels like something of a seesaw for many of you, so that you are understanding how you naturally give. You are naturally emotionally generous, that you are sensitive to the needs of others. You're particularly keenly lit up by the ideas of others, interesting ideas. You're always open to learning something new. And this ability is really a key for you at this time, particularly through the end of the year as we think about preparing for hibernation. So you are keen to interact with others who know something you don't know, and to ask the questions that will elicit the information that you are more than willing to listen to. Underneath the deck, what do we have? The Knight of Swords. So I see you extending beyond your relationships, your communities of collaboration, and actually exploring, researching your own ideas or your new impulses to move into new arenas, new vistas, new and unfamiliar territory. The willingness, the openness to explore that, and yet be curious about its relevant to you. This is important because I do feel that because of this natural outward adventurous impulse that you share with others, that it is difficult for you to discern what of the information you're gathering is necessary for your benefit. I pulled a crystal oracle and I pulled the beautiful rose quartz, and the key word is self-love. I approve of myself and love myself deeply and completely. What is so valuable here is this idea of valuing self, approving of self, because I do feel for many of you, the approval of others has motivated a lot of your exploration, interest in the ideas and opinions of others. That has often been your teachers or those whose example you aspire to. But the necessary sense of self-love, self-value, self-worth is something that you are learning to develop, so that it isn't about simply following the next exciting trend or idea, particularly for those of you that are creative. It is very much about validating your own skills, talents, and ideas, and allowing your interaction with others to support that, but to circle back to your vision, your needs. Place that there. And for October, the Eight of Cups is describing this place where you have learned the emotional support value that has given you the strength and the courage to accept a challenge, to feel ready, to feel strong, to move forward in something that has ultimate significance to you. This is not simply relationships as in people or groups of people, but this is about passions, ideas that reflect that passion that you have pursued, sometimes faltered, sometimes failed, and or been disappointed by, but that you understand the ultimate value in those relationships and passion projects so that you are ready to move forward in a new way, in a way that not just builds your success, because you're already doing that, but gives you the sense of happiness, of personal satisfaction, of fulfillment. This isn't just what you're achieving, it's the way you're achieving it. In November, the Page of Pentacles really brings us back into the realm of the practical. This is your openness to certainly discern the important ideas, the critical ideas and truth, the justice that you want to pursue, but this also gives you the awareness that you are beginning at a new phase. You're beginning at a new level, a new vision of the world. And as a result of that, that there are new skills, new ways that you are learning to ask for help, new ways that you're identifying the support you need, the openness, not simply just to learn how to do everything for yourself, but to seek the assistance and be in a position to direct and lead them appropriately. This is a complex skill for you, in part because you've always been a helper. For many of you, you're used to being a helper, and you've assisted others in achieving success. But the confidence, the sense of self-worth and value, of deservedness hasn't always been there for you. And now you're willing to take on those nuts and bolts that actually make a project or a relationship truly live, truly stabilize, and take legs. In December, the Five of Cups is about that energy of preparing for hibernation. Here, my sense is that you are still healing the past, and we quite often, depending on our particular story, are always evaluating the lessons from the past. But I sense here that you are understanding that you have, in many ways, allowed yourself to be defined by the past. And that is the critical element now in building the stronger relationship with self, getting to know yourself so that you are defining yourself. You're defining what's best about yourself, not what others value in you, but in what you value in you. And this is because you are acknowledging your potential. You're acknowledging your dreams, your ambitions, the yet to be possible. You're embracing that as you shepherd out the old way in which others approved, defined you, expected certain things of you, and you were happy to comply with that. This is a much more challenging process than it may appear on the surface. This is about changing yourself inside, changing your emotional responses, your behaviors, your triggers, the way that you allow yourself to be triggered or controlled by others. Finding that peace, that equilibrium, that equanimity within. If this reading resonates with you, please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. It is of value to me that you support me in any way that you do. I feel it, and I am honored for your presence here with me and for the love that I feel. So thank you for that. I'm going to clarify the Eight of Cups in October with the Queen of Wands and the Hanged One. The Queen of Wands is that sexually magnetic, powerful clarity that you exhibit, man or woman, or any gender fluid identity. We all have this ability to not only give love, but to receive love. The Queen of Wands is so clear about her goals that she is able to communicate to others her determination, and that is motivating. That magnetizes people and resources towards her. And this is part of your clarity in October, that you understand that the path you're on is for you, was created by you, and that you already have what you need within you to achieve what you want. So this is moving you into the place of empowerment without having to extend yourself, but rather to communicate your passion. The Hanged One is about holding that power in a way that allows you to continue to evaluate all that you've learned along the way, emotionally, through your relationships, through your sense of uh, receiving love. And for many of you, this is a challenging area. Again, this is where you have often faltered and often extended yourself to please others, to receive the approval of others, to be hyper aware of the perception of others of you. This is being overturned by this confidence. And this is a critical month, I would say, October for you. It's a month that is defining your success. This ability to release all that others expect, all that others see, this need to conform, and this clarity about who you are and what you care about, what you love, and that dominating without you having to lift a finger. This is all inner work. In November, the Page of Pentacles is clarified by the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Wands. Great. So in November feels like some kind of a climax, some kind of a crescendo. I see you doing a couple of things very well. I see you utilizing the sense of finding who you are in all of the experiences, all of the relationships, gaining the through line that is a contentment and fulfillment of your process of learning, of complying, of agreeing, of understanding that your relationships now are a series of agreements. They're spoken, they're clear, they're tacit. There's nothing under the cover, there's nothing implied, there's nothing expected or assumed. And this is a part of your growth throughout this process. The Nine of Wands means that you're doing what you've done in the past, but with a completely different intent. Now you understand that the sense of contentment and self-love, wholeness of self, approving of self, loving self, prioritizing self has been absent. And now that you have gained that sense, now that you're growing that love for self, your repeated attempts to achieve something are finding that match in your determination. You know that what you want is right around the corner. Now, that corner might take months, weeks, days, years to accomplish, but you know it's there. You know it's there for you. And that's what is changing this idea of a frustrated, wounded experience of trying things and never quite accomplishing what it is that you know is for you. In December, the month of December, we have the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Swords. So this is a lot of work you're doing to prepare yourself for hibernation, right? You're I wouldn't say you're wrapping things up. I would say you're going deeper into your emotional nature, into your loving nature, into an understanding of how you are coming to the sense of being the beloved, being loved, receiving love. Those qualities, those abilities are things that you are now considering seriously as you are experiencing success in that sense of confidence, prioritizing yourself, self-care, self-respect, respecting your dreams and your ambitions enough to know that they are achievable. The Seven of Swords is often the ways in which you reflect over and against the resistance that you receive. This resistance can be the social narrative that says, for whatever reason, you can't achieve. This can be family members who you know love you, who you believe love you and want the best for you. However, their actions don't communicate that. In fact, there may be a sense of fear or anxiety about your attempt at success, something beyond their experience or desire that feels threatening to them. You're able to look at that fairly clear-eyed with a sense of love, with a sense of surrender, that you're not resisting that anymore. You're not being wounded. You're not internalizing the dismissal, the lack of being taken seriously. That you are returning those cruelties, those unkind words, those blocks with a sense of love that signs and seals your surrender to that. You're not resisting the resistance. You're learning what you can learn from it, because you also know that as you proceed along the path of your success, that you will encounter this repeatedly, and that no longer scares you. It is no longer completely disabling. And that is a lot. I'm going to finish up this reading with a Soul's Journey Oracle card, and I pulled happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. I love this reading for you. This is really, really beautiful and powerful. The sense of love that is coming out of you, not just for the world, not just your sense of passion about what you care about and what you can do, but about your sense of contentment, fulfillment, the sense of exploration that is internal, natural to you, is anchored in a sense of knowing who you are, prioritizing what you see, your vision. And this is really a game changer for you, I do believe. If you enjoyed this content, check out more content here. Thank you for your likes and your subscribes. And until next time, namaste.